And I'd like to call the meeting to order. The agenda of the meeting is to present a slate of officers for the JEA board. But before we do, I'll ask Laura Shepis to give us a values moment.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the board. Our value for this meeting is respect, and I wanted to provide under that heading a little bit more full picture of how we value diversity. We're coming to the end of Black History Month, and we're headed right into JEA's observance of Women's History Month, but really all year round in visible ways and in daily interactions, we are working on our culture of diversity, equity, and inclusion. We had a heartwarming, fun, fellowship-filled event at Pearl Street on Valentine's Day, celebrating African Americans and the arts, and highlighting JEA's ongoing support for the United Negro College Fund campaign. And that also featured the video you saw just a little bit of with Ray Marshall and Kenny Gilbert. So we snuck in some local economic development values to that event as well, highlighting the culinary arts. In March, we will have a Women in Trades event. I won't pull back the curtain yet, but we have a very special guest, and I think it's going to really focus on how we're trying to develop women in our trades and draw them in to be the next generation. We also, under the diverse workforce heading, have started a partnership with the Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers at UNF, part of our even more comprehensive strategy to work with local colleges and universities. In November, we held a fantastic set of events across several of our facilities, because that's important too. That's also diversity, making sure that more and more of our workforce can participate in these type of events. We honored our veterans, and we encouraged our volunteers to support Wreaths Across America. Several times during the year, we also make it possible for employees to donate small amounts, toys, clothes, food, things that veterans can use. As we look toward the future, it's in everyone's best interest to ensure a more diverse future and workforce. And so we are doing as much as we can with the Duval County Public Schools to introduce the utility industry. We're continuing and expanding our Power Pals and Aqua Pals programs, but there is even more that we can do. We are also focusing on STEM opportunities with area high school female students through an exciting program called Generation W. And I hope the next time that I can do a values moment, I can tell you more about that. About a month ago, in this very boardroom, we welcomed, I think, 60 students from 4 area high schools who had spent the better part of their day at our facilities and with some of our women leadership and our Women in Trades group. It was a heartwarming event, and every time we do something like this, it just increases our determination to work on a diverse future and assure that we are upholding diversity, equity, and inclusion. Thank you.
Thank you. That's neat. That's a great presentation, and I thank you for that. Landon, are there any comments from the public?
We do not see any publics or had not received any publics from the comments from the public. Thank you.
Okay. Well, then the agenda is to, under plan for the future, is to nominate a slate of officers to take to the board. Does anybody want to make a motion? We need to elect a chair, a vice chair, and a secretary.
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman. My suggestion is we nominate Joe DeSalvo as the chair, nominate Rick Morales as the vice chair, and nominate Rwanda as the secretary.
And Mr. Chair, I just want to clarify, because there's no physical quorum, you won't take a motion, but you can do it all by consensus. So if you have a consensus of the committee, you can advance the nomination to the board for consideration.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that help.
I concur. I agree.
Joe?
Yeah, I second.
Okay, you weren't listening, were you? I think we have a consensus on two things. One of which is that we all hate to lose Marty. You've been an unbelievably great board member, but we all understand that you've got a day job and a big one, and we just appreciated your help when we needed it most. And secondly,
It's hard to say no to you on anything, John Baker. So thanks for roping me in, and thanks for letting me go.
well, thank you for being.
Well, let me second that, Marty. You did a fantastic job, in every area, and the amount of time and effort you made to make a difference for JEA, and where we started at the beginning and where we are today has a lot to do with you. So I just want to follow John's statements, is you are a great public servant to really help and make a difference.
Thank
John,
you.
could I
It's
be the
my
dead horse?
honor.
Yes.
Yeah, and Marty, again, too, it's been great working with you, and I have learned so much from you and all facets of what the board is doing. So just thanks for what you've done. And I look forward to still staying in communications with you, too, and interacting. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Thank you all. I appreciate you.
John, I'd like to just thank Marty for her service and your friendship and everything through this whole time and so forth. I know I haven't been on the board quite as long as everyone else, but I've known you probably a lot longer than anyone else. And I can't tell
We're
you.
not going back to college stories.
No, we're not. But your wisdom and your forethought and your details, and everything is really going to be missed. And it's a great loss to the city and the JEA for you not to be able to continue to serve. But thank you for everything you've done.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I want to hear the college stories. So with that thank you, Marty, and thank you, everyone. The other thing we have a consensus on is that Joe DeSalvo will be nominated as chair, Rick Morales vice chair, and Kwanzaa Humphrey as secretary. Is everybody okay with that?
I am. And
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, then we have a consensus. And I think we've got a great slate to bring to the board. Is there anything else that you all would like to talk about, or any closing considerations, or old or new business? Hearing none, I declare this meeting adjourned, and thank you all for taking your afternoon to do this. This is important business, and I'm excited about our slate. Thank you.
thank you, John.
Thank you.
Thanks, folks.
Um,